the journey so far. The rider rode, a temple was found, and the turn of a key woke a giant from slumber. The makers have need of me, the warden bellowed. And so he went, in search of their only hope.
Hey there, folks. Kuddlesnot here again. And Karn is still really awkwardly following me around. In the last episode, we went to the first death tomb, finished off the lost temple, and turned in some side quests like the shaman's craft. In this episode, we're starting the Foundry. Also, in the last episode, at the very end, we got a Boatman coin and a chest that were right out here outside the entrance. But we already got them. And in here, we have a single Stonebite, a single Book of the Dead page, and 5 talismans, 5 Boatman coins. So that should be fun. Oh, and there's our Stonebite running away. Dang it. Okay, now we gotta wait a really long time for it to come back. And a really long time is like, in gamer speak, like, 20 seconds, but still, it's a long time. I think it's even longer than that. So, in the meantime, we can totally go pick up this chest. And wait for our Stonebite to come back. So, if you walk in the dungeon, usually like right away, it'll be like right there waiting for you. However, since it already loaded and I was just sitting out there to, record, then I have to wait for it to come back. And there it is. Our only Stonebite of this dungeon, and it's our first Stone of Resistance. 1 shot, 1 stone. Alright. Now we get to start what is probably the second largest or largest dungeon in the game, the Foundry. And that is a big-ass hammer. That is a scary hammer, and it's totally hanging out in lava. Anyway, so for the first time, we have a companion. First and only time, we have a companion. And Karn is totally following us around. Because what he's going to do is he plays a pretty critical role in this dungeon. And down there is a second entrance. We'll come back, and all that's in there is those vases to smash up. And there's a big door that we're going to be opening for Karn in a little bit. But first, he's got to throw us like... I don't know, what do you throw? Beanie Babies?
Over here.
What do we throw? What do I throw? What do I throw? Because you don't want to use a sports reference because none of us play any sports. And, Beanie Babies seems appropriate for some odd reason. Okay, yeah, he threw us like a Beanie Baby. We'll go with that. And here we have some more, vats of molten metal. And you can go 2 ways. You can either go over here and jump to the right, or you can go over here, lean back, and jump behind us. Oh! Or you could fail like me when I was trying to demonstrate. But hey, we ended up here anyway. So if you go this way, it saves us a little bit of time because then you don't have to wall run twice. You just end up on the side with the chest on it already.
Awesome.
And I've also recommended this already, but before you start this dungeon, I would definitely go buy some more potions if you don't have them already from Maria. Anyway. Oh, wait a minute. We totally got murder last time. Murder. You know that why, don't we? Yes, we do. Oh, and fun little demonstration. You can also map items like redemption. It's not a big deal right now because we only have redemption, but when we get the death grip in this particular dungeon, that becomes a little bit more important is switching. Anyway, let's just focus on murdering sentient, corrupted beings with our scythes. So you might also notice that my equipment changed, and like I said, that's because I did all my item management off screen. However, all I did was, sold a bunch of stuff from my inventory, and bought a couple things from the vendors, as well as refilled my potions, and yeah, that's it. So, fun stuff. I'm not using any exciting weapons. It's like level 8 purple scythes, and then actually a white hammer, because it has a ridiculous amount of damage for level 9. Yes, I'm here. But I don't want to let you in. I really don't know if I do or not. Yeah, let's do it. Come on in, buddy. As you saw back there.
I'd get the door.
Alrighty then. As you saw back there, there was a shadow key, a shadow door. Door blocked by a shadow key. And we're totally gonna crush Karn to death. Nope, he's gonna catch it. But he still could complain about it. Oh, usually he says something. Oh well, no hilarity today. And the other direction was a place that we'll go back to in a little bit when we have a custodian to ride around on.
And if you would get to the tree, we will have to wake that beast.
Oh, is he gigantic? He's got a huge hammer to go along with it. And guess what, people? We're gonna have to fight him if you haven't guessed that already.
It looks finished. Why does it just stand there?
The body is finished, aye. But as it stands, it is no more than dead stone. To give life to the stone, we must give it the essence of a maker's heart. 3 of them for a beast this large.
And how do we do
Like he's
that?
just sitting there staring at it.
These hearts
Karn's still like, gonna do this, this, and this, and Death's like in awe of this giant stone beast. And then
only look to find them.
And let's go.
the best performance in the whole. Oh, and I say that ironically. That's probably the worst line that Death says. Michael Wincott says is right there. Then let's go. Just awkward as hell. And we just got hit in the back. But luckily, Karn fights with us. However, don't worry, he cannot be killed. So you don't have to, like, you know, take care of him like a child, like most followers in so many other games that I will not name. Level up. Cool. Alright, so there's probably some more things to fight, but we don't need to worry about that just yet. We're totally gonna go smash some things, which is not this direction. It was this direction. And we're actually end up going down that path right there, but let's go destroy some vats. Vats. These are, you know, pottery crates, you know, whatever. He cannot. But I just... Oh, I guess you don't. Never mind then. We got some gold! Totally worth it. Now let's finally go down the path. With Karn still awkwardly trailing behind us. Okay. So in addition to all the items, there's also a unique achievement that can only be achieved here. However, if you've already been through here, do not worry. It can be achieved afterwards as well. It's one of the few, like, special achievements. So remember in Darksiders 1, there's like High Flyer and Devastator, like specific like skill achievements, whereas in this one there's actually only really one. This one. And by skill I mean like something specific has to be done, as opposed to whether it's a story or have to, you know, like get to level 100 in the Crucible or what have you. Anyway, as you can see, there's some goodies in here. But we're going to come back in a little bit because there's a custodian right below our feet. However, for right now, Karn is going to throw us like a beanie baby again.
It's alright, I've got you.
Just like, if you know what beanie babies are, totally. You clearly know the sound that they make when they just like, those beans or whatever in there just hit. And they're like, and I can't make that sound, possibly make that sound with my voice. But that's exactly what I hear in my head whenever he hits the ground now. And before you fall down, you want to make sure to grab this chest. You can't come back and grab it if you fell down by accident, because Karn will throw you again anytime, but it's easier to get now. And don't want to forget about, yet again, more pottery. I think what we can actually talk about in this episode. Ooh. And now we got some more swimming. This is actually my favorite like underwater area in the whole game, because like it's like kind of ominous, like it's really dark. This thing's kind of lighting up, and we'll bring the elevator up and we'll get it upstairs where it's not underwater. Things kind of lighting up, and it's just really, really cool. So after admiring the scenery, grab yourself Boatman Coin number 35, and let's rise up in the water. Somewhere to climb. Perfect! Perfectly placed. And we'll be back here in a minute, so don't worry about that at all. What's down there? More water, right? Yes. Right. Okay. So you can go either left or right here, but going left is better, because one, you'll get a chesty chest! And chesty chests are always fun, because they give you mad loots. Skull touch face! Alright, and then just hitting that switch and jumping down puts you right back if you went to the right. So nothing missed, and you get an extra chest. Let's climb up here. No, suddenly we're back, and I totally went the wrong way. Nice, Cuddles. Nice. That was smooth sailing. All right, there we go. Now we're in the right place. Alrighty.
Let her drop.
All right, buddy. You sure? Are you sure?
All right, I'm ready.
All right, if you're ready. Ouch. Now he will stay there forever. He doesn't. It doesn't crush him or anything. So don't get sadistic and try to kill Karn, because it doesn't work. Nice try though. And I'm totally gonna slide this sucker into that awesome looking switch up there, but you can't just roll it up. You have to use the fly thing to fly it up there. And the easiest way to do that is kind of use the like light up chain things here, the symbols, to line it up like perfectly, like a bowling ball down a lane, and just wham. Oh, and I totally missed. How embarrassing. Grab it, grab it, grab it. Nope. And death isn't strong enough to hold on to it. So you just, try again. This is kind of like the puzzle in the Nook, where you do it, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And just like in the Nook, second try! And I was tempted to get on top of that before it went up, but I think it automatically spawns us off of it. So... Alright, so now we want to hop on our little friend here, because he becomes a killing machine for the waves of dudes that are about to come at us. Let's kill the big guy. One hit, yeah. Up. Up, 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 up. Die. Die. See, how creative is that? Die, die. That's right, I'm comboing with this sucker. Glide swings. Big guy. 1,200 damage. Amazing! And yet there's more. It looks like they just came out of the metal there. I'm not sure how that happens. I can understand maybe they're buried in the ground, but I'm not sure how they're buried in the metal. Anyway, before you go, going on a leisurely stroll here with Stony, we want to do a couple things. One, we want to hop up and get our chest. Skull touch face. Alright.
I cannot.
Don't need it.
Impossible.
It's impossible. And then you want to pick up all the loot we just, destroyed. Okay. And again, if you didn't already, I would recommend in between dungeons, especially because at this point, is to go and sell the things you don't want to use, either in get some more guilt that you don't either want to use in a possessed weapon, or equip yourself, because one will take up inventory and you only have 23, I can't remember, 7 times 3, 21 spaces, or that's it, 21 spaces for each type of item. So you want to make sure to clear that out every once in a while, otherwise you won't be able to pick something up. And usually you can drop some shitty, like common item where it's not worth that much, but it's still that little more that you would have otherwise. So definitely worth your time. And now we're back here in that first room we were at. And I'm not sure what you'd break your neck doing. I'm just riding on a big custodian thing. I'm sure you could do this. What I'm about to do, you'd probably break your neck though. And we get our first teaser of what we could do in this dungeon. And that there is our Death Grip hook ring. But we can't get it yet. We will be back, but it is very, very close. And probably the most useful item in the game in terms of combat, puzzles, everything. And we're about to get it. Yay! And it's eerily similar to both the hookshot, and the abyssal chain in the other game. And it actually is a little bit different than those, where those were a little bit more like, actually no, it's almost exactly the same as the abyssal chain, but Where are we going? Don't get hit by the molten lead. It's actually exactly the same as the Abyssal Chain. A little bit different than the hookshot because instead of damaging enemies, it actually like brings them to, which is only for specific types of enemies in Zelda. But hey, who's nitpicking here? Okay, let's summon our buddies, Ghoulies and the Murder. And the irony that Death, voiced by Michael Wincott from The Crow, is totally summoning a flock of crows. The irony is not lost. Whoa, no you don't. Eat my big hammer that looks like it's made out of ice, although it has no frost damage at all. And that's totally not the guy I wanted to lock onto. Crows! Actually, I'm not going to call them crows. I like calling them murder a lot better, because that's technically proper, as well as it's just awesome. Hey guys, I can summon... Hey guys, I can totally summon murder. Yup. I just said that. Well, how did that not hit? No. It's all good, Cuddles. Calm down. And see, that I hate that. That music's like, that's like the ending music that we're so accustomed to. And then suddenly, oh, it's not the end. Alright, so this is our first real run-in with one of these. I think there was one in the Shattered Throne, if I remember correctly. But, Shattered Forge, I mean. But it's pretty much the exact same thing as Karn. Not Karn. Gorn. Garn is a different enemy entirely. Whereas the key to, surviving is to side dodge and not back dodge or get stuck like I was, because I got stuck summoning. Ow! Okay, now we got this. See, and that barely survived that. Dodge. Oh, that was totally gonna hit me too. Alrighty then. Now we get to go through yet another door, and we get to load yet again. Now we got some more shit to smash. Smash the shit. Okay. Shadow key. In this chest that leads to the abyss. Alright. So now, carefully jump down onto this chain. It is very possible to miss, although I think you do actually end up spawning back over here, but that's not the point, is it? And we're actually gonna leave our stone friend here, because we need to come. One, we don't need him anymore, and we're gonna come back with Death Grip, because guess what this shadow key leads to? That's right, it happens to be one very important Death Grip. And we have some awesome spiral stairs that remind me very much of Twilight Cathedral leading up to Tiamat. But hey, there's no enemies up here. There's just items of awesome. And we'll have to get that when we have the Death Grip. Alright, so first thing is Karn's gonna have to throw us like Beanie Babies again.
Well, have at it then.
Karn's gonna have to throw us again. Oh, but we gotta fight. And I totally forgot about this fight, like a champ. And we're totally gonna summon our murder to handle it. How are we doing? How's murder doing? Oh, I did a little bit. So right at the beginning, when the first, 1 or 2 levels into murder isn't that helpful. But however, they do give you health after some upgrades, as well as they can deal frost damage and give you Reaper energy. Reaper energy, not so important, I don't think, but leveled up with frost damage and health, very important. Alright, let's get ourselves some Death Grip. Kind of like the orchestral notes every time you hit it. Oh, it is like an item made of souls. Achievement unlocked, Tenji, the Spectral Touch. With the Death Grip ability, Death can grasp certain targets from a long distance. Use this to his advantage by either pulling himself to larger targets or bringing smaller objects in on him. And I don't think I read that right, but hey, I don't care. So now that we got our fancy new item, we can, one, go grab our dungeon map over here in the corner. Hello, dungeon map. And then we can smash some more pottery. I don't think we need a new item to do this, but it's worth doing anyway. And then we're not gonna swing across the cairn. Nope. 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 We're gonna flip over, drop down, and death grip up to here. Well, we can find our 11th Book of the Dead page. And ow, ow, that wasn't very nice. Okay, no. Not happening. You're not gonna kill me like this. I refuse to go down like this. I have yet to die, and I actually literally have not died. The closest I've come is failing at fighting Thane. And I refuse to die. I'm just an apocalyptic, but, you know, we're pretending it's Nightmare. I refuse to die now. I absolutely refuse to die. Alright, so now kind of like in a weird camera move, but right here that was our death hook to grab, and we got our Book of the Dead page, number 11. And some more pots. Alright, because if you remember last episode, we already turned everything in. I mean, we already went to the first death tomb and turned in the first chapter. Anyway, hey buddy, let's go. I got a big purple thing on my arm now, which makes me much more functional. And I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, yeah, right here. So we saw it before. If you shot it with Redemption, it wouldn't have blown up the crystals, so you need the Death Grip to blow it up. There we go. Skull Touch Face. Ooh, purple. Not as good as what I have. Maybe it is. No. Like, I don't know why this hammer is so good. Like, it's just a really good hammer. It doesn't have any additional damage on it, but it's got, like, 230 base damage as the minimum, so it still out damages even though it's stuff with extra damage on them. But hey. Alright, so before we head out of here. No! Not yet. No! No. I absolutely refuse. Okay. Remember this little area that we saw but could not see or get to? That we saw but could not see. That makes sense. We saw but we could not access. Just jump off the chain and we get another chesty chest. With some more monies and some more loots. And then we gotta pop our way back to Helm. Alright. And yet, we still do not need our fun little friend here. So, just leave him alone. No, I want you to get off. Okay. Don't. Okay. Just on the edge of the lava. Cool. Alright. Okay, you're gonna yell at me again? I was just getting some money. Jesus. Do you have no patience whatsoever? No! And we already went past this chest. But... wow, how did I miss that? Okay. I'm gonna cut and I'm gonna go get it. No! God! Must be really tired. I don't know how I missed this. It's like right in your face. But yeah. Luckily we don't need to drive him back, so we can just leave him there. Alright. Now I'll follow you, Karn. Now I'll follow you. You whiny little something. Not very nice. Are you stuck in the wall? What was that? Yeah, are you gonna lead me to the right place now? That's right, you already did! It's right over here. So now that we got Death Grip, we can go open up this area, but that's totally gonna be for the next episode, although we're gonna have to fight in this episode. Ha ha ha! Magical backflip. And Karn took out his share. Good job. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. This has been Kuddlesnot. If you are a subscriber, make sure to send me a PM to get the spreadsheet guide, which kind of lays out what I get in each episode. Also, it's updated ahead of time to the upload, so you can kind of see how everything's going. And you can see like what's coming up and all that good stuff. Anyway, again, thanks for watching. This has been Kuddlesnot, signing off. And I will see you again next time.